and of
Okay,
course, the flashes,
so
but you're gonna have to play pretty
what do we got?
proactively even on defense, and that looks to be the plan right
Gonna
now.
go for knife over towards here, and then the reaction once it hits is straight up short dog push from Talon. Talon on defense, RRQ on attack. Talon get a lot of info, and they would not have been seen, so they have no idea that they know this is an A hit. Rotate's gonna come in, and the rotate's gonna be Viper, but the Viper has no util, so it doesn't matter too much.
Too fast, they're all gonna get caught from behind. So either way, RRQ's trapped. If they don't know it, they have to win their duels and push through. Oh,
beautifully done. Jet Boy's so good. He reloads. It gets back out.
Well, yeah, and then we still have Garnett's alive as well. That's so much because here's the
This is
thing.
all on
now
Harbor
the
now.
has
Give me the Harbor.
You hear the door being broken. Spike's still not planted.
Wait.
2G gets one.
We've got
No way.
Whoa, he gets
How
a
did he
double.
get two on site?
Nicely done.
Yeah, but Flips is stuck. Oh, the frenzy!
How are they
comes to
winning
the
this on
rescue.
2v4? That's crazy.
Okay, he fires some shots through there. Oh my god.
He knows
2G
he's
did
weak.
great.
Yeah, he knows he's weak.
Uh-oh.
Gets one.
1v1.
Oh, he
Flips
owned
nice
it with the
crouch
smoke.
Through and
Yep.
he gets the peek
Absolutely
right as the smoke
owned
ends.
it with the
Beautifully
smoke.
done.
The
A
crouch.
bit of a bad
The
read there
crouch
at the
walk
end,
out.
and a much-needed
It's incredible.
round one
I can't believe
victory
they won
here
that.
for
I
RRQ.
really think that
I mean, and
they,
a great way to do so, right? You even lost
because it
your
was a
initial duel,
2v4, they
so you
kind of
weren't
messed
as
up a
confident
little bit,
pushing
and they
through.
felt like they had
You were
won it
down
because
in
that didn't
numbers.
need to
Your
happen.
flank was caught,
And then
2GE
because
comes
that
in
happened,
from
Harbor
the
then ran in.
backstage for map 2.
There's a
Opens
really
an
bad
explosiveness
4v2
on
from
Flips.
Talon.
What a great read there to just kind of sneak
Especially
under the
these
tip
two,
of that
especially the
smoke
Jad and the
and
Harbor.
crouch through.
If they had just held,
Now,
this was
going into
100% a
round
win.
two here. Can RRQ keep that momentum going?
So
Pretty big buy round here, actually, from
yeah, they just
RRQ. I mean,
well, they want to pile through this. And I think part of it is
We got
also
3
for one,
rifles.
they want to get the advantage as much as possible.
So
we always
this is a
mention that.
nice,
But the other thing, I think understanding, okay, their composition,
this is
we
a
saw
nice
their position
little
around, they're gonna
plan
want to
ahead.
have to push
This
out
can be an
on
extra
these
rifle
defenses. So let's actually hang
into
back,
the round after
wait
next.
for these long range fights. Pick them off. I mean, look at the B side setup.
Wait,
You've
I
got the
say
turret
round after
and
next
the
into the
alarm
actual next
bot,
round.
so no one's getting peeked. Caught unawares,
Is there any map
right?
you
The
can't
Omen
run
and Killjoy
Viper,
just hanging way back on
Harbor
B, and
Viper
Talon
Sky? Not
says,
really. Seems
we're
kind of
also
fine
not
at the
gonna rush it.
moment.
We're just gonna bank on you
Seems
walking into our
pretty,
open arms if we want to get
pretty
close.
flexible and fluid.
very slow start here for round 2. An extremely cautious RRQ.
Shazam as a player, I
I
don't know entirely what it's like, but I'd have to say anyone that did what Sentinels did without a coach is impressive.
If they can't
So
tag anybody and then try to just move in with the push.
Okay, so the high
when
tide is
he
buying
works
time for
hard
backup
and
to
people
arrive.
listen,
They
he's
only have
decent.
30 seconds left. They
I have no doubt.
No matter which site, RRQ has to make up their mind. The reason they're rotating,
Oh my God.
Elmimore has already taken B main
30
control.
seconds left.
But here's the thing: if Garnett gets a kill here,
Yeah, if they could slow them down from getting entry here.
What even is this? Hold on.
Elmimore might have been spotted right
I've
before the smoke
seen it.
pop,
Let me
and
check
now
in
the
a
toxic
sec.
screen has
I like
always
this
been set
wall
up for the
because again you
retake.
can
It allows
flood
them
over
to
towards the
pile
site.
through.
There's 3 people here, 4 people here, about to be 5 people here. Oh god.
So good. We need to get a spike plant right
Keep
now.
an eye on the time.
Okay, they're trying to draw in for the kills, but the spike's not planted just yet. He needs to stick it, but he can't get the kills. They bought 3 rifles this round, Tasteless.
This is huge. There's not enough time.
Oh dear god.
Oh my god.
Bit of
That's gonna
damage
be it,
control
1-1.
at the end there,
Sorry, they're not even gonna have
but
enough
they
time to
lost
get
the
that spike
round.
into
At
the
least
ground.
none
And,
of
you know,
the rifles went
normal
into their
ebb and
hand.
flow of a Valorant
This
game
is
is
so
you
nice,
win
right? This is
the
what the wall's
pistol
made
round,
for.
and it's kind of a shoe-in
The
to
Viper
win
wall
the
goes
next
in,
round,
you
but
feel like you
normally
can't
we
take
have
too much
modest
map
buys,
control. It
we'll have
also
just, you know, a
allows
round of,
everyone to flood
vectors or
into the back
something.
of site,
They
and you
bought
can't
heavy,
see them.
trying to
Oh
really
boy.
force this. And with a
That is a
beautiful move there with
crazy,
that Viper
crazy
wall,
round to
allowing
lose.
the trickle in,
Again, yeah, this
of
is so
the
nice. It
defender
blocks the
side
vision
agent
of you going in,
into
but it
that
also blocks the
site.
vision of everyone on
They
site,
held
so you
it.
can kind of stack
Yeah,
this
now Talon has an operator
real
with
heavy.
those extra kills by flipping the round on its head. Okay,
That
now
is a
RRQ
nightmare.
aware.
And now we have a massive
Okay,
round
flash
in
team
terms
out
of
too
Talon.
early. You
They
don't
can
try to
they can
force
stack up
an
so
entry
much.
against this oh, no, but
So
this
much
might
money
have
on
to
this
stay.
one.
They think the operator's left, so they think they might have a chance. So Elmimore's just going to wait to see if he can get another kill. Now, Elmimore, he's talked about his favorite thing being picking off operators in a duel with the sheriff, so he's looking for his opportunity again.
Garnett says whip that shot, and now they know the exact location of the operator. They're going to smoke out mid here. Jit Boys, oh, never mind. So much for that duel over there.
Well, Elmimore probably thinking, well, if it was off, I would have won, but it
That
was a
pinned
phantom, so
thing
I'll
is
lose that
incredible.
one. But I mean, listen, they were down
Very
on weapons,
accurate.
obviously
It
just
is
the one
very,
rifle
very accurate.
that they had recovered, and Garnett's finally starting to hit shots right when it matters the most.
Nexus Arrow with 1 HP. Stubbed toe and he's dead.
Okay.
Garnett's on the run though.
I mean, he just wants to save the op, right? I mean, his teammates cover his back. He has no reason to push out any further. They know that Xfero's already in deep here in the garden, so can't push that either.
The timing.
I mean, RRQ would love to just try to get a plant, but that... I
nice
was
shot.
going to say that starts to look impossible, but...
Yeah, I mean, it's a start. They got to get into that site, though, a little bit like last time. You know, we don't have a site plan yet.
Goodness.
It's only 15 seconds left.
Oh, and here's the thing. Cliffstrider was doing such good work being bait there, just spamming. And now Xfero's still holding on to heaven.
Oh, my God.
Wait,
he's killing everyone on 1 HP.
Just boys left.
Did they not have an idea? Xfero, 1 HP with the ace.
What?
Oh my God, that's insane.
He just somehow ninjas
That's
around
madness.
the entire ace.
So
That's 1 HP too.
What?
I mean, that looked like.
So he gets the trade there. This was a straight up kill onto the wards the op. His teammate did great on that one to distract. No idea that he's still here. They thought he dropped down onto site, and then he just straight up wins that Angel. All on 1 HP, the 4 kills at the end.
I've got someone coming up through stairs on A, but the timing just works out in favor of Xfero. He's moving so fluidly through heaven and recovers that round. And here's the thing.
Matt, this is going everywhere. What's going to happen next?
It's been a crazy back and forth so far. And here Talon is now in a very weakened position. B side already wide open for the taking.
Xfero's coming
Man,
back
you can't
online.
lose after someone. Like,
kind of
the momentum boost you get from watching a teammate do that is outrageous. You can't lose after that.
Xfero's back on track once again. And they figured out how to combat this toxic screen as well. The recon pole being used for backside. And then a couple of members watching on the other side as well, of course. Economic
and they get a plant down for this one as well. Nice, nice bit of extra money. 4 people alive.
They are definitely
You're wild. What's up?
RRQ.
Thank you so much. Happy Sunday. Thank you, thank you. You too. 4 months in the Slug Club. Thanks for using your prime on me. Appreciate that, mate. Thanks for all the support, dude.
A few more rounds into this to really get an idea of what this is going to look like. I think right now Talon probably
what the hell is going on
with the ebb and flow of this game here. We've got Garnett's with an operator now.
Again, second op already on round 5. If he drops this one, their economy absolutely in shambles for the first half. They already
Free, this is all your fault.
More pivotal rounds here in the early part here.
Oh no.
Whoa, he didn't actually get the kill there.
Yeah, EJ was concerned because he was hearing the nanoswarms as well. And while Garnett gets 1 kill, at the end of the day, the site is still broken open. And all of this because the paranoia blocked the Trailblazers.
This is going to be one of the most mental games, isn't
Talon
it? You
wasn't
can
sure
tell.
how many people were actually in B main.
Beautifully done. 2GE with a great lurk over there. Cruz and Jitboys on the outside. Need to get some damage in here. Jitboys finds 1, but in the reload is killed by Elmi Moore.
And Elmi Moore now just trying to act as bait as well.
Oh god, I thought he was going to win it. I actually thought he was going to win that one.
Very close round here. So many insane moments here and important moments in these first few early game moments. Now, Talon tried to swing it hard with that very
finally a timeout because
operator.
This has just been wild.
And now they've called for a timeout. And look, it's going to be a very difficult, middle of the first half here for them.
Yeah, I mean, this is looking rough, and obviously that's why the early timeout now this time called from the Talon side. On the first map, we had RRQ actually using both.
Yeah, I don't think a mode's going to help that one.
They can return the favor here on Ascent. Now, what I like is despite the new comp coming up from Talon, RRQ understanding what the idea is here, right? But with the way the toxic screen's set up for a retake over on B, every round so far, and what other tools they have, and then the operator. That's kind of the only
I reckon a lot of this
Talon
timeout is just gonna be
having a more stable defense.
I mean, maybe.
Oh, well, thank you.
I'm not even sure.
Well.
Some of the rounds have just been such like.
Oh man. I think we've had.
I don't think anything's going to change up too much.
In some of their past games
they don't really
well,
need to change anything up too much. Either team. It's just been one of those crazy starts.
Man.
Oh man. Listen. I think momentum right now entirely in RRQ's favor. And Xfero, look at his score: 10-2. Final boss activated.
Current C9 against current Paper X.
Can now fight back from behind here.
I'm not sure, to be honest.
Such a dramatic set of rounds.
C9 should be fine against that kind of style of play, but you never know. Paper X look really good at the moment.
We've got RRQ lined up to try to pierce into A.
RRQ, they might just dump their ultimates to get through, and
Oh,
Garnets
God.
cannot secure the kill.
Zafiro survives
Okay,
on
at this
11.
point, because some of you have been
He's
damaged,
1 HP
because you know
because
the
he goes
Blink
into
Storm
the
was
Viper.
activated, and you heard some of the weaponry.
No way are they going to try and force their way through
This
this.
is wild.
They're baiting him in.
This is
This is
crazy.
crazy.
Are they
So
gonna
they're just
are they
gonna
gonna
let this
ult
go
on top of
off.
this?
So the Viper, oh my god, and Talon says, all right, you know what? We'll just get detained. The pit's not
2
going down.
people.
Yeah.
Oh, but a great flash. Oh, EJ.
Predicting that hiding spot. Viper's pit's
No
gonna go
way
down.
they like
And it just seems
if
to be
they
getting
were
worse and worse right now for Talon.
Oh my gosh, here's the
What?
thing. I think RRQ was planning on actually using their ults no matter what, even though the opponents were on an eco, because they had banked those ults purely through kills and wins. And so they said, well, why not just get an absolute advantage
if they were gonna
here?
stick the Viper
And
getting
the cherry on
detained,
top
I
was
think 2
Talon
of them.
actually aggressively using their
First of all, it
Vipers
had to
mid,
only
and
be
RRQ
1.
says, thank you.
Second of all, they had to heavy hold the choke point with
Now it's
spamming.
just gonna be cleanup
Because they're
duty.
gonna
I mean,
take a
Fox
lot of
doing what
damage.
he
The
can,
spam,
but
all they have to do is
it's
spam.
not
It's
gonna
not
be
like much else
enough.
was needed.
Flips just contesting at this door as he often does. Now, what I like that Talon kind of threw the ultimatum down, right? And said, well, you know what? Let's just have the Viper get detained. Cruz, you're going to act as our bait. Let's keep the
really
pit
strong
up.
rounds now
That
from
way,
RRQ.
when they're entering,
Mate, that was a
when they enter
horrendous
into the
round
site,
from
they'll be
Talon.
weakened because of the
Right.
decay. But the problem was
I like
that
RRQ's way of
RRQ had a
dealing
great
with this. It
calculation
looked
with
a
their
little
flash
bit
and saying,
bold at the
"If pit's
beginning, but
still not
honestly,
down, that Viper's in that corner." 'Cause we
honestly,
already
Yeah,
walked
yeah,
through
yeah.
it,
Talon
right?
handled
They
it
had a
so
perfect
badly
read
that
and said, okay, well, if you're going to be,
think it's
hiding
kinda fine.
somewhere, I think I know exactly where it's going to be. They get that kill, the pit collapses, and so does the position there for Talon. And a very important round here is Talon is going to have some real weaponry, try to make something happen here. The third operator's been purchased here in the hands of Garnets. Can they start to catch up here? Because right now RRQ is starting to run away with this map.
All right, so using the cascade early, but not planting Cruz anywhere, and just a flash used instantly from the KO. And here's what RQ wants to do. They want to
Damn,
power
they're
through the site.
straight
Oh,
up
Cruz,
overwhelming
guess what?
every
But
single
the
time.
real idea here is that they actually want to try to bait out the lockdown, I think, to trade it with the Hunter's Fury, but they haven't planted the spike just yet.
Fox so far, very
Cool.
good. Pat gets another one as well. Beautiful
yeah, they had too many
operator
numbers
shot.
here.
And a full
So
shutdown
at least
there.
a plan
as
from
entry
after
to A is
the
denied.
pause was to hit over towards A. There's just
Okay,
too many
so
people
I gotta
here now, so
imagine,
RRQ
again, the
needs to
idea
change up what they're
probably
gonna
was,
do.
well, let's do another
Might
speed
actually-
hit over
Might
onto
actually see
A,
like a
because if
default
we
at one
can
point
do
in
that,
this game,
most
but you never
likely
know.
they'll draw out the
It's not like we
lockdown
need it,
into Tree,
it seems.
into Garden. We use our Hunter's Fury against it. Now, you know, throwing away that one round, that's okay, right? You were so far ahead. Even with the deaths, you're kind of ramping up some of your other ultimates again. But here's the thing: if Talon starts to get on a streak, and now that you know that a third op has been bought in that previous round, RRQ, they're gonna have to slow things down. All right, op spotted.
Yeah, we're going to have
but what?
Where the
Okay,
hell was
Pat
this
got a
kill?
kill across mid.
Yeah,
Just peeks
yeah.
out.
I was actually going to drink of water. I totally missed that. Okay, well, they've already thinned it out a little bit. We see a reconfigured RRQ here, going to try to come up through Tree. Pat here with a pretty tight lurk.
Well, Pat just putting up the high tide to say, well, you've
Is
got
Pat
your
looking
smoke, I've
better
got
now?
mine. Neither of us will be able to enter. Now, Pat doesn't
I mean,
know
yeah,
that across the door.
he's
Now,
definitely
however,
looking way
Cruz is
better.
in the site, so he's
I
just saying,
really
well, I'll
hate
just
the
hold
6-person
on to
roster that they
Tree.
tried. I'm glad it's kind of
We're
gone.
going to smoke it out again.
Oh, but does
The
he know that they're
experiment
already so
with
close, they
comps
actually just
still
sneak
seems
by.
to be
Now,
happening
they have
though.
to, Cruz
Well,
knows
to an
that this is a
extent, it's not as
possibility.
bad. It's nowhere near as bad
Okay, they're trying to
as it
draw
was.
Pat. They want to fight this one by one on RQ's side.
Oh, Cruz is just going to
Feels like
hide.
Talon really have
Here
this
comes the
person in
Reckoning
the
to support
team
Cruz, and Cruz,
that has a
he's
lot of
using this to stay
ideas
alive. The backup has now arrived up
and
on
wants to
A7.
try something
my
all the
God, the
time, but
movement
maybe
here
they
from
need to
Talon
shut
is
him
just
down
top
a little bit
notch.
more.
They really understand how to maintain
That's
positions.
what it feels like.
Even without full intel. I mean, I'm very impressed with that. The lack of an overextension there over by Tree to then just bide your time, let them filter in, and then set up for the retake. Beautifully done.
Okay, so 2 rounds where they used kind of the most expensive tools they have to reconfigure on the side of Talon, right? You bought the operator the previous round, Pat, with some great shots. Shaking his head, saying we're back. And then you have
That's true,
Cruz
actually.
coming back online, working off of each other. Now the ultimates are all out on either side. It's just the lockdown of the Hunter's Fury.
Oh
Garnet's
my
a
god.
little
It's
far
a nice fast
forward.
hit though.
EJ, he's trying to greet it. Oh, he
It's a
gets one
real
kill.
nice fast hit.
All right, Garnets gets another one. Here comes that
Ooh.
lockdown.
It's being
Weird
used
round.
purposely in a spot where it's not going to damage them too much, even with the. Oh,
look at this. Pat's coming from behind here.
Yeah, but Elmimore's already gone through as well.
God.
Oh my
Oh,
god,
destroyed as
this
well?
game is crazy.
wild.
It's
Right,
like
Pat, make
no
this
other
work.
Valorant game. I haven't seen a default
Covers the turret.
apart from
They
last
have
round,
no
but I guess last
idea
round the
he's
default
here.
got punished.
He's waiting
So they go back to the fast rounds.
It's one. All right, here we go. It's going to be Pat. Oh my god, this is going to be so crazy.
But he's going to get slowed down, so he uses the Cove as well. He's trying to clear out all the
This
angles
is pretty
first.
smart by him.
Excellent
this is
choice.
Such a crazy tactic.
Baits him in. But Flip says, no, I know you're in there with the shorty.
Oh my god, that was a
Insane
crazy one-on-one to
interaction there.
watch.
Flip with the kill.
Nicely
So
done from
close.
Flip. I like
But
the
I gotta
idea
say,
from
I
Patty.
love
That
the
was really
setup.
smart,
They
to be
have
honest.
these
Oh,
ideas
so
at
good.
play.
Pat, that is, I think, one of the more fluid utility moments we've seen from Pat. When he returned for VCT Pacific, his aim was already good.
Yeah,
He
I
was
can do that
actually
through
putting up
easy.
the most
Well,
skills on
I
a
think
lot of the maps,
easy.
even though they lost.
I was gifted like
But,
12 months,
some
right?
of the question marks came from he's trying out so many different agents. When is he going to really find his comfort zone with the utility?
Yeah.
That time he just shows us, I know exactly what I can do, what's in my arsenal as Harbor. However, Flips one step ahead in the mind games.
That was really something else here. I mean, the way that he's able to intuit that and just get that perfect setup, and it almost worked.
It almost did. I mean, he played
the
it
hell?
in his shoes. He played it perfectly. It's just
Okay,
Flips,
maybe explain that to me
reads
after
through
free.
it,
It sounds
takes
good
the
though if we
risk
can
of
do
not
it.
even checking for
You sure I
the
can?
stick
I mean,
on
maybe
the
I can do that.
defuse. Now another operator in hand for Garnett.
They're just
EJ going to come forward here and dash in.
there's no middle right now.
Setup over here. Oh, hold on a second. Actually, pretty good takedown there from Fox.
They can get the res, but EJ has to hold the extra angle. Okay, Xfero there for the cover as well.
Crew's gonna be
What a
ready
weird
here.
round of
Still
Ascent.
gets
What
that
a
kill.
weird
EJ
game of
beautifully
Ascent, to
done.
be honest.
Now it's just Garnett's with the operator, Jitboy here.
But here's the thing, that members on
Is
the
this
RRQ
comp
are
horrendous at
low.
holding fast hits?
If Jitboys
I
or
mean,
Garnett
yeah.
can get the initial kill,
You got
go in
two
and swap
two
guns,
agents that
they
are
might
good
have a
at
chance.
holding fast hits. The Jet, but if the util's good at the beginning,
is in motion. So RRQ, all they have to do is just buy time, and then Xfero can eventually come back.
you got
Nice
no
alarm
KO,
also
so
to
you're
check
gonna
for
have
Xfero. Okay, they
all of
wanna
your
save the
util
operator at this point. Too
non-stop.
much time has passed.
Yeah, RRQ might have owned them,
Gets
to
that
be
pick.
honest. Do you know what?
They're
We
gonna
might
just back
be
up
seeing
for turret here. Maybe try to
might
get
be
an
seeing
extra frag if
Talon
they can.
winning
It's
this
probably the
because they
best
had a
they can
good
hope
game
for
plan,
here
and we
for
might be
round 10. Not
seeing
much more left,
RRQ win this because they have a
in the
good game
first half
plan.
with RRQ still in
Because
the
they
lead.
Yeah, so I
cannot
think
stop
Talon
the
well
fast
aware that
hits.
they're going to come to greed for this
It's actually pretty
operator.
smart.
So they just say, let's get our own kills. Okay, operator's still alive. That was the main mission.
Just punishing them for not having a KO, really.
Now, as she escapes over to A.
As long as your hits are
crazy
good.
back and forth, man.
As long as you're
RRQ
flashing off early angles.
really
That's why they're flashing
delivering,
off close with the Omen.
in map number 2. I gotta say, I'm glad for Talon's sake they got that operator and are gonna try to make something happen here in one of these last 2 rounds. But man, especially the first couple rounds we had.
KO must pick, kinda. It's really strong. Like really
Ascent.
strong.
Yeah, well, very explosive.
So
but I
many
think RRQ,
so many
for
walls
one,
that
first of all, they are starting to win their duels, which was
kinda
something we were
you can
missing
do
over
knives
the
on
play.
that will
But
affect
also
everyone that
reading
can't be
through
shot.
what Talon
Give you full
wants
info.
to do with this composition, and that's what Talon
Basically
did to
stops
RRQ
it basically
on
stops
split,
this
the
from
both
happening,
teams,
right? It means that you
just
have to
being
use
a bit
mid more.
prepped despite the new compositions on either side on the opponent's map pick.
Garnett's waiting. There is going to be some movement over here towards.
But here's the thing. Yeah, sorry to cut you off, but
go
here's
ahead.
the thing is that the
Chat was
Talon
having
was
a
used on
stream.
A, and Talon doesn't bite
It
at
seems
all.
okay, my
They
end.
expect this to happen here on B, but the flash is so good.
It says
Bit of
everything's
a
okay,
trade
my
out
end.
there. But I don't think Fox has any idea there's this much of a push coming through. Wow, 2GE with 2 HP.
You should run.
See if he can make a miracle happen with that one, just like Xfero did. But Xfero says, nah, I'll open things up for you. Now, they're still relying on this being a fake, but Talon says, it's too late for us
Nah,
to
I
try
promise.
to rotate one or the other.
I
Okay,
promise
now
I'm not.
because of after the lockdown, there's no sound.
It's a nice
we
fake at
eventually
the
have
moment.
Fox rotating over to A.
I feel
except
sorry
the
for Cruz.
lockdown
Gotta
was
do
the fake
good.
itself.
Everyone's super low. Maybe you can have a
Gotta
clip
see how
here.
Cruz
I
is
say a
gonna handle
clip.
this. He's
Could
in a
just
very
be some
good
body
position.
shots.
Not able to get
Ooh,
a
that's
kill just
gonna-
yet.
Oh, they're so weak,
Yeah.
though. He gets one kill. The spike is planted.
Oh
It's gonna
god.
be Viper's Pit again.
But they know he's stuck under. So Xfero just going to stay above to protect the spike for as long as possible.
Looks like Cruz is gonna pull out wide.
Here's the thing. The real key point here for RRQ is Omimore. He's full health. He's outside of the pit. He's outside of the site. So as long as the rest of his teammates buy time in the site, they have the post plan locked down.
Oh, just not quite able to make these shots. Gets one.
Wait, this is wild.
Well, now they know Xfero's up top too. Oh,
dude, they played so well. That's gonna be the 8th win here for RRQ. Crazy round again.
I mean, this has been one of the weirdest ascents, if not the weirdest ascent I've seen for a while.
RRQ, right? They were relatively quiet on the first map because, quite frankly, there wasn't much to cheer for.
Well, map 1 was a humiliating defeat there for RRQ, and now, you know, Talon is really being tested here. That being said, Talon has some very good ideas at play, and I think tactically they're proving to be one of the most genius teams we've seen here, especially in these very sticky situations.
Yeah, I mean, despite, you know, kind of working up this new comp, now when they played against Zeta, even though they won, it did go to overtime, so I guess identifying the weaknesses there, it does look pretty good, however...
I mean, it's not normally like this, though.
Lacking, right? RRQ read through the first
we have a bit of normalcy on Ascent sometimes, most of the times.
Just yet, this time. Okay, if that was a double kill, that would have
been crazy.
Yeah, a lot of trouble. Because here's the thing, Talon, with this last round, they couldn't get full buys. They just all bought down to whatever they could afford. All right, Bane's been cleared.
EJ gonna wrap
Need
around
4 and a
here.
pistol.
It is gonna be
it should be decent on attack. I mean, it is decent on attack. They just copy loud stuff.
Oh, but look at this, right? Because of the toxic screen setup, RRQ now knows they have to take this step by step. They have the time to wait for the toxins to end, and Jip Boys can't get a kill.
So they're gonna get that plan over here onto B. It's gonna be a 3-man push now. Try to get the retake. We've got Cruz.
Damn, this is a
out
strong
here.
half.
And they're actually gonna
Wait, chat, who won pistol on this one?
The alleyway towards this area.
Talon didn't win pistol, did they?
Move on. It's the last round. Now he's just waiting for the opportune moment to really guarantee the kills on the flank. Onlymore now distracted, but Garnez actually gets to kill himself. Cruz all left alone.
Just Cruz left. He's gonna come in now.
I mean, this would be cool because I think Haven's been great.
He gets one.
EJ just needs to play for time. He's using the toxic screen against
him.
Oh
god.
Just trying to bounce back and forth.
He's actually going to hold it, at least a half.
Oh! Right on the half timing. Good choice from EJ.
Okay, I mean, that's an insane half.
And now we're here. 9-3.
Switching sides.
Well, Sage Tasteless, what is the cooldown?
Shout out to Talon, though, honestly, like, realizing that this comp can't... sorry, shout out to RRQ, just realizing this comp can't actually hold site hits that well. At least they didn't have anything in place to, like, hold the site hits.
Let's not forget that the first couple of rounds in that half were very, very important. We had a big buy for RRQ after they won round 1. Yeah, on their anti-eco, they just doubled down, right, on the rifles. Yeah. Both these teams trying to double down. We had a very early operator for Talon that was lost right away. So, you know, if we have similar behavior.
I mean, they went middle. Let's think. They went middle once, and Patty got the first kill, right?
It's going to come down, I guess, those first couple of
That's what pretty much happened. Okay, there was maybe some few extra ones thrown in there that I forgot about, but it was pretty much just site hits.
And they did enough damage early on that Talon couldn't adapt and recover enough within the first half. Now, sides are flipped.
Some of these rounds are very close. There was a lot of times where people were surviving on like 40 or less HP.
I mean, as it goes with Harbor Viper on any map, take the map bit by bit, right? Take it slice by slice. The idea, though, is from RRQ. Now, are you going to set up a format where you're always trying to set up for a flank and go for the retake, maybe make sure you just don't give up mid? Or do you kind of wait and rely on some more crafty, you know, setups with Killjoy? Do you go for the classic one-way from the Omen over on A main? Curious to see what they start with, but they are looking happy. They look like they're finally warmed up and comfy up on stage. Meanwhile, Pat deep in thought, and is it almost my turn? I don't know. I would love it to be Yoru's turn.
I would like to cast a match with Yoru. I don't know if we're going to see him yet.
Yeah, we saw him in the very early weeks with Forsaken using it, I think in like week 1 or maybe week 2, and then he's Yoru, the agent, has been put on the bench by every team. Oh, I guess we saw him when Talon played the triple duelist as well, but we all like to forget that ever happened.
Yeah, I forgot about that already. Okay. Well, that so important match 1 here. Can Talon start to pick up these wins?
All right.
Is going to mirror
Where's the pistol gun?
Only the complete opposite, and that RRQ is just going to walk out of this very quickly with a map 2 win.
Okay, so Onlymore going to set up his utility on both sides of the map and try to just hold mid. No, he's actually just going to leave that alarm bot for now. I guess maybe have someone spot. No, okay, he's repositioning to mid. And looks like they're going to set up the one-way here on A as well, right off the get-go from the pistol round.
Logs, what's up, dude? How we doing? I'm doing good,
Okay,
man.
so the idea from RRQ is, you know, if there's no one initially on main, let's just hold the other angles. Flip's already prepared for potential setups here.
Got a good double stack over here. They're going to push
Oh!
out, and it turns out to be a bit of a trade here.
It's a nice.
I mean, what a pinch!
It's a nice
Yeah.
pinch.
Right, this was all set up. As soon as they hear the cascade coming out,
That's
the
cool.
paranoia goes out, and they've already pushed out from both angles to pinch onto mid.
It's normally the opposite way around, right?
And now Pat, he's going to have a very deep
But this
lurk.
was actually pretty cool.
I think this is probably impossible, but let's see what happens.
There was
Pat's
a
had
there was
some
a
crazy
stage that we
plays.
used to
You can
watch
try
where everyone was
isolate
doing
one
a
or
similar
two and
pistol
drop
to
them
this, and it just
you
had
know, play
crazy
step by
success
step,
rate.
maybe you can do something.
Full pass and
Well, if
push,
there's ever a
push over
time to
towards,
draw
like
an
pinch over
elaborate
towards middle
picture
with
with
just
the
someone
high
else
tide
holding
on the
info,
minigap,
like
now's
Killjoy
the time
gets
to do it,
info.
because that's the only utility he's got left. See what he can do with it. Obviously, he's just trying to rely on cutting sound, trying not to get spotted by that turret just outside of the cone of vision. Okay, is he going to sneak around
30
it?
seconds
Ooh,
left.
he does sneak around it.
It's first shot, but he should be shot in the back over here. There it is.
Okay,
X-Sparrow
well,
getting that kill.
Looks like we're going Haven,
And,
and it should be unreal.
It's so funny, the score differential that we're having now. Definitely a better map overall here.
Talon got no
Well,
plans,
yeah,
so
I
it's
mean,
not
they're
like they can try and force
basically-
into this either.
I mean, I kind of jokingly said it.
Pangry,
at the
what's
beginning
up?
of
Good
map
morning.
2, can RRQ return the favor? Well, they're doing it exactly.
Literally right
in
now,
turn,
mathematically
yeah.
exactly, if this keeps up.
10-3 lead entering the second half.
The 3-11
This
curse
time,
and new
since they are in
curse.
defense, no
It's
need
true.
to greet it too much.
That's the
Elmie
new
Moore's gonna
curse this
sit
year.
with Bucky. Looks like he's going to try to hold over here on B. And we've got, did we eventually
a
have that
Bucky
Phantom?
out.
Yeah, so EJ went for one Phantom. Very typical economy investment here.
They're going to rely on the Sheriff over here and see if Garnets can maybe get one or two picks and kind of take it from there. But overall, not a very cheap round here for Talon. Talon, I think, probably more confident if they can get further along into the half. They can start to string the wins together.
All right, so now the smoke's just buying time. Now, two people have already snuck in, but they're both taken out instantly.
Spike down A.
And that should spell the end of the round, right? No reason for Elmie Moore to move. He's got the Bucky in the sight. The turret's still alive. Now, there is that toxic screen.
Fucking like
but
no damage
they'll
on this one.
always still, yeah,
Turret
catch someone
destroyed.
if they try to peek out from main. And, oh, and I love this from RQ. They, in fact, just say, well, empty the site. I mean, if they get the plant, whatever. Let's play it safe. Let's not give away even something like the Bucky, because that spells trouble for the retake. Let's just make sure we fight with
I
numbers.
mean, they're going to get over towards site and get a plant here.
One
Okay,
enemy
beautiful
remaining.
shot. Elmie Moore gets that.
They'll take that.
Spike planted.
Oh,
And
nice flash.
That was a nice flash.
Could not have gone better. Easy defuse, easy life, William. It's
Yeah.
going to be the 11th win here for RRQ. At this point in time, assuming we do go to map 3 and this isn't a complete reversal, I have no idea who's going to take this. It's so hard to tell.
Yeah, I mean, if we go to map 3, not to get ahead of ourselves, but it is Haven, a map that both teams have looked good at in the recent weeks, right? In the
Yeah,
second
that flash
half
is unreal.
of BCT Pacific. So that should just be a straight-up duel, but great support flash drive from Flipstrider. And they did give the point over to EJ close to his Bladestorm as well. So here's the thing. Now, even if they eventually buy that operator in the next round, their economy a bit more stable because they've got an early Bladestorm
Okay,
coming
first
up,
buy round
guaranteed
for
after
Talon against the bonus.
Okay,
Not the
onto B
not the
side.
greatest bonus, but
Talon needs
at
to
least
make
everyone has a
something
gun.
happen.
This could be the
They're
Bucky's
gonna
time
have
to
the knife
shine.
coming in a second here.
This wall
Doesn't
is
get a read on
good
anything
against
just yet.
Killjoys. Kind of have to think about your Killjoy setup
Very slow push here.
all the
Garnet's
time when
gonna
you're
come
doing
up.
this, so that's why you kind of have a
Obviously gonna
alarm
be
bot
ambiguity
close,
here
and
with
then
that
we have
Viper's wall, but he's gonna peek that
backup
corner, not
turret.
see anything. There's a lot of Killjoy utility. It's going to muck up their entry if they're not careful.
So this is, it's a bit unfortunate because they're so behind in rounds. Because here's the thing about this toxic screen is that eventually they have to get through it as well, or they have to lower it. And to really sell the fake or an entry, what they would have to eventually do is when the screen goes down, set up the harbor utility to cover the other angles, right? So you're always prepped for the advantageous crossfire. But they're already down 3-11. Whether they commit to it or not this round is not going to have too much of a mental conditioning impact against RRQ, and that's why RRQ is playing it so
Yeah,
safe.
there's three
There's
people here.
just
They
prepping
haven't really made
for the
much
dart.
map control.
So if they do come in, Elmie Moore can be
The
ready with the
recon's
Bucky.
good. They see numbers.
They
get two on site, and the KO is now here to flash over towards site if they need it as well.
Doesn't see anybody there yet.
Oh, but EJ's here. Oh, his gun not ready, but the Bucky already gets one kill.
Garnet's so good at movement right now. And it's
What
a total
the
bloodbath
hell is
here.
going
Looks
on?
like it's still 2-2 right now. Cruz with that kill. Now a 1 versus 1. No, sorry, 2 versus 1.
Okay.
Beautifully done. There is
Oh
that
my
much needed
goodness.
Talon victory there. 4-11.
There's so many smokes down.
Well, I mean,
And so we expect them to get that. That was a little bit closer than I thought it was going to be. But the only game that Talon could try to play here is to start to
Why
really
yo
combo
opti?
these wins. There's not a whole
Why?
lot of room.
Whoa yeah.
You know,
Whoa
at this
you
point in time,
opti.
we've got plenty of ultis to come here
BBT.
on the defending side, so we're going to have a very, very perfect
I like
set
that.
of,
BBT is
rounds
good.
from Talon.
BBT, thanks
yeah,
so
but
much,
it's the
dude.
start they needed. It's
Thank
not
you, thank
match
you. 4
point
months.
Yet, right? So still in much better condition than
Thank you very
RRQ
much,
was on
dude.
map 1.
From Singapore as well.
You know, that,
Appreciate you using your
what we saw
Prime with me.
That round was basically everyone's worst nightmare, where you literally have like 50 smokes.
Okay,
and
now
not
we get a
single
full
player
buy
on the
against the
server
full
knows
buy.
where they are
Yeah.
anymore. Lots of
EJ
chaos.
feels
total
so free to use his
communication
knives.
breakdown
Flash
there.
is good.
Okay, so
Oh,
voted to push
one
out
person was
now.
playing anti.
Oh, but
Yeah,
too
Patty.
many members there.
Patty
They
was
still
playing
get one.
anti.
It's a trade. Oh,
Well,
What
hold on.
the hell?
Meanwhile, over on the other side of the map,
What happened
there'll be
there?
more drops too. Talon and Hot Water. There's going to be a split over here from A long into through Catwalk up towards Tree.
Well,
but again, RRQ, as soon as they have the numbers advantage.
in terms of this
is,
as well,
This is how we know that their foundations have been really
this is going to be
practiced.
1-9,
Is as
so
soon
they're
as they
going to
the
have
numbers advantage,
nothing
they
for the
know that
last
there's a
round.
there was a bigger focus on A, so they say,
So
okay,
looking
B
very
side,
likely
back
that we
out.
go to
We're
Haven unless we see
4v2.
some kind of
If they land on
2v4.
B, so be it. Let's get ready to back up on A.
All right, Fox just going to strafe over here, try to flash up into heaven.
Yeah, but now it's already a 3v2, right? So that early backing out of B site allows this retake to be prepared instantly. Fox doing what he can to create
Oh my
a
God.
bit of a curveball.
And almost gets out.
He has Harbor if he wants that.
Cat could still make this happen.
He very well could.
Problem is he
Trying to
kind of
work
tells you where
against
he
it, right?
is.
He wasn't spotted, and he's going to swing out for the kill. He
Oh.
finds one, but now he's trapped.
Yeah, I like
There's a
the
chance
ideas
there.
there from RRQ for both of them to try to drop down
Okay,
at the same
looking
time.
real dominant because
on
we
either
got
side.
nothing. 1-9 on top of the
Pat
300,
tries
at
to
least got the
preempt that
300
by
for the
coming up
plant,
on
I
one
guess,
side,
so they
getting
can
the kill,
maybe
backing
get some
back
guns
down
into
hell,
this.
but he whips the shot, and so that's
But
gonna
yeah,
be the
we
12th
have
win here
8
for
chances for RRQ to take us to
Unless
Haven.
Talon can win every single round from here on out, we're going to be going to map 3.
I think it's looking likely. And I mean, again, we saw Talon trying to prep for that push out on A by being by having Pat ready for the trade. But meanwhile, RRQ, I mean, Elmimore gets the double kill. That was what really put them round in favor. And again, we keep talking about Elmimore being that kind of aim god on the side of RRQ. Him and Xfero coming online in map 2 is a huge boon to go to map 3.
Okay, we've got the timeout called here. No doubt. RRQ ready to just wrap this up, to close this out and move on.
First timeout? Nah, there was a timeout
I
in
gotta say,
the
RRQ, you
timeout in the other
gotta
half.
appreciate and respect the way they're able to recover and reconfigure. We've got a lot of Indonesian fans here in the audience.
Cupo with the raid.
I love it, right? RRQ is
Cupo
really
with the
gathered
raid
a lot
again.
of
Thank you
fans,
so much,
whether they're
Cupo.
visiting or they're already
Hope
here
your
in
stream is
Korea,
good.
to come cheer for
You're
them.
up
And,
relatively late.
Indonesia, again, I mean, a lot of these, sub-regions in Pacific, we've all been so isolated. So it's so nice for each team's fans to really get to see them on this big stage
You were on a
regularly.
lost streak and then you came
I
back.
mean,
Okay.
every team putting up such a good fight. I
What
mean,
are we
that's
saying
why there's
carried,
so
though?
many different
Are we,
scenarios still
are we
for playoffs here in
actually
Pacific.
carried?
Yeah, and
Chat,
it's
is
still so
he
hard to tell who's going to move on.
Raiders? Is he telling the truth
right.
or?
Round 17 here.
Operator online for EJ, but the 3 ults available on the side of Talon.
His
so
calling was
They
god
could try to
tier.
force
Damn.
another
Okay.
win, but they got to
Respect.
remember, it's not about getting one round win. They have to win everything. So they're going to have to economize these ults if we're going to see this incredible comeback.
Respect.
Yeah, I mean, obviously,
That's
the
my
ideal
sick.
scenario is you kind of just chain one ult into the next per round. But
I've got your trail.
all right, Talon wanting to get mid control first. I think
Disrespect to
assumed that
this?
the operator
Always
was probably
tempted.
peeking out mid. They want to get that control
Fast
early.
middle.
However,
Not many people over
RRQ
towards
had
here.
just kind of left that open with the alarm bot.
Firo doesn't
already
have
ready
his
to finish
recon
on
as
B
well,
site.
so you would definitely
All
favor
right, Garnett's
Talon in this one.
going to come down. There's still a double stack over here onto B.
Yeah, but 2G already cut off one of the members, providing backup. Now he's switched angles with the Omen ultimate, and the
Oh!
Odin's still
Oh my
going.
god, he nearly got the third.
Down B.
All right, he thins out the numbers. Suddenly it's just Garnett's left in a 1 versus 2. No spike planted yet. Garnett's may have to try to push out. Still a minute on the clock.
Yeah, well, he has a lot of time, so Garnett's, his goal is to get 1 kill before he goes for the plant. He wants to make this a 1v1, but here's the thing is that, I mean, Flipstarter's at full health.
Yeah,
He's
I
just
think
waiting for
so.
the peek
Keep it.
out.
And that is
Okay, nicely
it.
handled in the end.
13-4 is how map 2 ends. RRQ ties
If
it
you go
up
Tokyo, at least it's
1-1.
worth watching.
Holy cow. Now, a lot of us thought, all right, this is probably going to be a close one, probably both matches.
Okay.
And then we saw Split, and we were
Let's
like,
put it to the
okay,
test, because I
Talon,
think RRQ has
looking
one of the better
than
Havens
ever.
that I've seen,
And
so
RRQ
I'm
looking
going to favor
shakier
them
than
into
ever.
this
Then
one.
RRQ
But
says,
Talon's
no,
Haven's
we
really
need
good
to
as
warm
well.
up. We actually prepare for the
But
opponent's map.